Welcome to the Health Rant of the Week, episode 24. Hi, my name is Alejandro Fleury, certified fitness and nutrition coach with Altus Fitness. Today I want to talk to you about something very, very intimate to me, okay? So today's episode is called You Are in Control. You are in control, okay? So I've been doing this formally as a career, as a profession for the last 6 years. I have been doing it like fitness and nutrition, and like my affinity for health has been around for as long as I remember. I mean, maybe for the last 30 years, ever since I was a teenager. All right, so the more I do this, the more I feel committed, and I feel very intimately like related to the people that I serve and their goals. So I started thinking, and the more you do, the more you can help to think about what makes for some people to change their lives around 100% and become something that sometimes they didn't even think they could become, because they have been used to living their life in a certain way with certain aches and pains and overweight and low confidence, and all of a sudden, after sometimes it's like 3 months, 6 months, a year, sometimes it's 2 years, but after 30 years, 20 years, 15 years of struggle, so you see those people shine and become a completely different, like a beacon to their communities. Their families are proud, their business thrives, and everything, just because they made one decision to change things around. They took control and they made this one decision that changed everything. And like, they look better. Since they look better, they're treated differently. Since they're treated differently, they're more confident. Since they're more confident, they get, they feel happier. They become, their income goes up. I mean, there's actually really good stats even showing that. It's really amazing, like what can start with the first step and with the very first action, like breaking the inertia, and then the chain of events that unleashes, it's in your life, in your community, in your finances, in your relationships, in your happiness, in your spirituality, everything. And you've heard me talk about this before, that health is it's a compound of different factors and variables. Okay, so you have to have the physical health, which is mostly what I take care of, what I do for people. But there's also like the psychological or emotional health, which is absolutely paramount. And yes, they're intimately like related. And I keep saying the same word just because I really want you to picture, like, those are things that come from very deep within. All right, so the emotional and the physical and the spiritual, you cannot just overlook one and favor the other, thinking that that's going to be the answer, because it's not. And then we talk about, on the physical realm, well, how like your nutrition, hydration, physical activity, stress management, and sleep are paramount. And it's all of them. It's all of them. It's hard to, and you must be going by now like, oh geez, all those things I have to juggle, all those things for me to really become healthy. Like this whole week I've been talking about perspective, in some sort of shape or form, on my short postings on Facebook. And the most important thing, and the message I want to get across, is you are in control. You are in control. I am talking about these things on September 18th, 2020, in the middle of a pandemic, where we may be going backwards in terms of like opening, establishments and just free traffic and whatever it is. But still, we are in control. We have become accustomed or used to being a victim of our circumstances. And I've been struggling with those things too for the vast majority of my life. And it's a great realization now that absolutely everything that has happened, and in your life as well, I can guarantee it. I don't have to know you. I can guarantee it. Everything that has happened in your life is a product of not your circumstances. It's a product of how you face those circumstances. All right. I think it's Ralph Waldo Emerson that said, life is something like that. So life is 5% what happens to you, 95% how you respond to that, or something like that, and along those words. And it is, even like it's your, like I have any saying, and my son crashed in the car. What led to those? Yeah, like my boss hates me. Yeah, what have I done for me to hate? Does your boss hate everyone around him? Everyone. Is there one person that actually gets along well with your boss? What is he or she doing that you're not? It's like I had any saying in my wife cheating on me. Well, I don't know. How do you treat your wife? Or your taxes, or your finances, or your business, or your job, or your family? Listen, yes. I mean, things are happening in my life. Things are happening in your life. And the more, it's like an addiction. The more we understand that we have an addiction, the more likely we are to overcome that addiction. If you don't, if you keep saying it's like I have nothing to, there's no way for me to control it. It's stronger than I am. It's stronger than I am. I'm not addicted. I mean, it's just this is just another drink. It's just another drink. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not happening. It's not changing anything, and it's not making you. You're not better off, right? So, are you in control or are you a victim? If you think of, for example, the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza, for example, he's like, yes, it's hard. Yes, you have circumstances that are wearing you down. If you are not able in the middle of the chaos that you live in right now, if you are not able to envision what you could be, what you could become, what you could have, it's just never going to happen. It's like it's the quantum realm and all that stuff. Believe it or not, But I have seen, after I watched the movie, The Secret, I'm like, wow, I was fascinated by that, and so I just got pretty psyched up, about the whole thing, and it's just I watched it and I watched it again and all that stuff. And then really, that sounds like witchcraft. Like you can manifest things in your life, and as opposed to getting all bills in the mail, just identically like in the movies, getting bills in the mail and last notices and things like that. Can you just turn things around just by you picturing that you're wealthy and healthy and happy and all that stuff? And I'm like, let me give it my best shot. And I did, and it just kept talking to myself, the pep talk all the time. It's just, and the affirmations and all that stuff. And a completely unrelated event. I had stopped working for this one gym years ago that got sued. They lost the lawsuit. There was a class act that was put in place, and just like that, in the mail, this is something that had happened years ago, 4 years prior. In the mail, a check. I'm like, whoa! It was a pretty good check. I'm gonna tell you, it's just it didn't change my life or anything in the sense that I didn't become a millionaire overnight or anything like that. But the fact that I received $800, are you kidding me? $800 for something that I didn't. I was not part of the lawsuit, the class act. I was not part of that at all. I'm like, you know what? Those guys are crooks. That's fine. Justice will be served one way or another. And then 4 years 4 years later, I get a check in the mail. All right, so can that happen? I think it can. I believe it can. Yeah, so I have seen you. I have seen you, my client, my lead, my prospect. I have seen people, and I immediately identify it. I feel committed to giving you every single tool there is for you to thrive, to become everything you can be physically, health-wise, and things like that. So, and I have seen like the guy that lost 100 pounds, and then he looks better and feels better at 44 than he did at 20. And then I have like the client that has arthritis. She's very overweight, and she loses 70 pounds, and her arthritis is under control, and her life is completely changed. Did I do that? No, they did. The one thing that I did was help materialize or convey that vision, But they did the effort. But they had the strong belief that that was going to happen. So for one of them it happened in 9 months, and the other one it happened like after 3.5 years. But you know what the 3.5 years delay was from? Him not believing. That, like, we've been working together for the last 4.5 years. He has absolutely become a rock star in the last 6 months. In the last 6 months, I had the same, I had maybe not the same approach, but the same skills, the same, I had the same drive, the same commitment to his goals. But he did not believe it. Maybe I didn't communicate it right. But when he did, within 6 months, he lost, of the 100 pounds, he lost 40 in less than 6 months. And his definition was like he was very happy with what he was, finally, after so long. Another guy, like 35 pounds in less than 3 months. I think it was like in 2 months or something like that. He started, we had been working together on and off for about 9 months. But it's something I said that clicked, that he put in place, and that guy started losing 1 pound per day. And I don't do anything that your body doesn't like. I am very respectful of that. I hate crash diets. I hate diets in general. I hate diets. Diets are nonsense. Okay? So it was not about that. He reached that same vibration level that I was at. He reached that understanding. And finally he believed that he could do it. And that guy lost for 14 days in a row. Like in 14 days, he lost 11 pounds. So almost a pound a day for 14 days straight. 3 months later, the guy looked fantastic, felt fantastic. Blood pressure had dropped by 20 points or something ridiculous like that. All right, so the guy was a completely different person. He did it. He believed it. Finally, it took him 9 months. And this is what I want. This is, as I said, it's a very intimate video for me, like from me to you, okay? Your job, your circumstances, your relationships, your financials, everything. It's up to you. It's up to you. Do you know why? Because if your boss hates you, and you're going to say like, yeah, my boss actually hates everyone. Okay, why are you there? Oh, because that's the best thing I can do. Well, that's you. Henry Ford said, whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. Or either way, you're right. Okay, you think you can't get any better than that? Well, you can't. You think you can get any better? Absolutely you can. It's you, It's you. So you do have the control over those things. So I want you to, once and for all, this in the instant gratification society where we can numb our senses by going into a TV show or, just, passing out or, things like that, as opposed to facing what is actually our struggles. I am telling you, you're not a victim. Stop behaving like one. Okay? Um, your wife or husband or boyfriend or son or daughter or boss, your body, your mind, your stress level, they will all appreciate it. They will all appreciate it. Trust me on this one. If I had to share the things that I am dealing with right now, people go like, oh, I needed that for perspective. Wow, this guy is not just, like he does have to deal with some nonsense every now and then. Yeah, we all do. You're still a human being. All right? I hope this video is very, very useful. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm doing these videos for you, and I will see you at a later video. All right, this is the health rant of the week. Alejandro Fleury with Altus Fitness, certified fitness and nutrition coach. Take care.